I'm going to do 100 passes on this wall blindfolded. But before that, I'm going to do 50 passes to test my ability, and then I'm going to do another 50 to see if I actually improve doing these passes blindfolded. So let's get straight into it. So here are my first 50 passes. Now, even though I'm not passing the ball super hard, I did fumble a little bit and I missed about 3 times. It was bouncing around, and let's just say not the best passing you've seen or I've done. But that's okay. The point is to get better no matter where you start. And this first attempt, it's just a test. Now that that is out of the way, here are my 100 attempts with the blindfold on. And the moment I put the blindfold on, I immediately realized something. I don't even know where I'm standing, nor do I know where the ball is. And within the first 2 passes, I realized that I can't be 100% blind. So there's a change to the rule a little bit. I'm giving myself 10% vision, which means that all I can see are my toes. This would allow me to have a sense of where I am and not hit into the walls near me, and it will also allow this challenge to be a lot more doable, because I still won't be able to tell where I'm hitting the ball on the wall, but I would be able to tell just as the ball arrives to my feet, which also means that I would have to react quicker since I have less time to prepare for the arrival of the ball. Now, as I'm doing this, the first 50 passes were horrendous. I was missing passes left and right, and 50 to 80 were mediocre at best. But then from 80 to 100, something really interesting happened. All of a sudden, I realized I was trying to listen for the ball. Because I couldn't see where the ball was, the only way for me to predict where the ball was going to go was to listen to the bounce and also the movement of the ball. My brain literally rewired, adapted, and tried to use a completely new sense to get me to hit the ball on target. And passes 81 to 100, although not perfect, they were a lot better than the 80 passes that I did before. Now that I've done the hard part, time to test the last 50 passes and see if I actually made improvements. But before I show you the results, you're probably wondering, why am I even doing this blindfolded? Well, I came across this idea a while ago when I was watching Chris Williamson's channel, and he said something along the lines of, sometimes being in a worse position is better than being in an okay position. And initially it didn't make sense to me, because if your circumstances are okay, why would you go out of your way to make them worse? But then it hit me. That is literally how every elite athlete trains. They train under the worst possible conditions so that when comes game day, it feels easy to them. And it's something I like to call voluntary discomfort. You see, in football, we all train to get comfortable. We all train so the movements don't feel difficult. So it becomes perfect in ideal conditions. But perfect is only an illusion. And if you want to know why, then check it out here. But when you play football, conditions are not ideal. The game is chaotic, there's pressure, defenders are breathing down your neck, the crowd is screaming, and your perfect training means nothing in reality. So you have to learn to adapt. And the only way to do this is to either choose drills that are harder or to make your existing training more challenging than it already is. Take this wall passing drill for an example. I could look at the ball every single pass, but that won't make me a better passer in the game. Because in the game, I would have to look away from the ball, scan, gather information, and then make the best possible decision in that moment. And the only way to train that is to not look at the ball when I am passing. So blindfolding myself allows me to limit my vision and react quicker to where the ball is going to go. And if you think that this is an exaggeration, I promise you it is not, because even top performing coaches use methods like this to help their players get ready for game day. Mikel Arteta is known for playing the opposition fans' cheers on loudspeaker during Arsenal training sessions. Liverpool goalkeepers have been seen using limited vision glasses to help improve their reaction time. And Emma Hayes is known for making her Chelsea team wear Arsenal kits during their training sessions early in her managerial career. Now let me be crystal clear about something. Making things harder for yourself does not mean that you don't train. It doesn't mean that you throw away your fitness and your speed. That is just dumb. Please don't do that. It just means that you find ways to make your existing drills more challenging so that you're not stuck doing the same drills at the same intensity over and over again and not seeing any improvements. So if you can't look up when you're dribbling, start looking up when you're dribbling. If you can't control the ball under pressure, add pressure every time you practice ball control. Of course, you will miss the ball the first 10, 20, or even 100 times, but that is the point. After 100 repetitions, things will start coming naturally to you. or at least they will get easier for you. And yes, I said 100 times, because if you can't count your repetitions in the hundreds, you're not even trying. It's the same as taking the majority of your paycheck and putting it into a savings account and living frugally. Sure, it means that you won't be able to buy things that you want for a while, but it also means that in the long run, you would probably be able to buy more valuable stuff because you have that money saved up. And here is what I promise you. If you consistently start putting yourself into positions that are worse than reality, reality will start to feel easy. Your touch will become more reliable under pressure. Your decision making will speed up. You will become the player that thrives when things get difficult instead of the player that crumbles. And if you take a look at it, this is also why most pro footballers have humble beginnings. They were in positions that were not great, and that is exactly what made them want to get out of there. If you're constantly comfortable, there won't be a desire for change. So make your life slightly more difficult. And now for the million-dollar question. Did I actually improve? And well, the answer is, within the first few passes, I could already see the difference. The ball was in so much more control now than it was in the beginning. And although the ball did bounce around a bit, I was able to get it under control and continue passing it without breaking rhythm. The improvement was undeniable. So here's my challenge. Find a drill that you've already mastered and make it 20% harder for the next week. And I promise you, your future self will thank you for embracing this strategic disadvantage. Because champions, they are not made in comfort zones. They are forged in the fire of voluntary discomfort. Thank you for watching. I hope you've gained something valuable from this video.